Welcome to the Litany of Catholic Martyrs for August 21st. As Catholics, we are assured of a constant thread of over 2,000 years of tradition and moral teaching. Within this thread are those who have sacrificed their lives through the shedding of their blood for the faith and Holy Mother Church. On this day, we remember these martyrs and whom, through their sacrifice, have aided in the growth and stability of the Holy Catholic Church. As the Catholic Catechism states, number 2473, martyrdom is the supreme witness given to the truth of the faith. It means bearing witness even unto death. The martyr bears witness to Christ, who died and rose, to whom he is united by charity. He bears witness to the truth of the faith and of Christian doctrine. He endures death through an act of fortitude. Quote, "Let me become the food of the beast, through whom it will be given me to reach God." End quote. In conjunction with that, I offer this story by Bishop Fulton Sheen, who is now in Illinois where he belongs. He explained that when the communists took over China, they imprisoned a priest in his own rectory near the church. After being locked up in his own house, the priest looked out the window and was horrified to see the communists enter the church. Once inside, they went into the sanctuary, broke open the tabernacle, and in a hateful act of desecration, threw down the ciborium, scattered the hosts on the floor. The priest knew exactly how many hosts had been in the ciborium, 32. When the communists left, they either didn't notice or didn't pay attention to a small girl praying in the back of the church who saw everything. That night she returned, and slipping past the guard at the rectory, entered the church where she made a holy hour, perhaps of reparation for the desecration she witnessed of the Blessed Sacrament. After her holy hour, she went into the sanctuary and kneeling down, she bent over and received Jesus in the Holy Communion with her tongue, since it was not permissible at the time for laymen to touch the sacred host with their hands. Each night, the girl returned to the church to make her holy hour and receive Jesus in Holy Communion on her tongue, just as she did the first night. On the 32nd night, after having consumed the last host, she accidentally made a noise that awoke the guard who was asleep at his post by the priest's residence. From his bedroom window, the priest could only watch in horror as the heart-rending scene unfolded before his very eyes. The girl tried to run away, but the guard caught up with her and beat her to death with the butt of his rifle. And so with that, in union with that and her fellow martyrs, the following is a list of those the Church asks us to remember this day. At Litany in Savoy, the festival of Saint Anne Frances Fremois de Chantal, foundress of the Order of Nuns of the Visitation of St. Mary's, who is commemorated on the 13th of December. At Rome, in the Veran fields, Saint Syriaca, widow and martyr. In the persecution of Varian, after devoting herself and all her goods to the service of the saints, she gave up her life by suffering martyrdom for Christ. At Salona, Saint Anastasius, a law officer, who was converted to the faith by seeing the fortitude with which blessed Agapitus bore his torments and being put to death by the order of Emperor Aurelian for confessing the name of Christ, went to our Lord. In Sardinia, the birthday of the holy martyrs Luxorius, Cicellus, and Camaranius, who were put to the sword in the persecution of Diocletian under the governor Delphius. In Gavadon, Saint Privatus, bishop and martyr, who suffered in the persecution of Valerian and Gallienus. On the same day, the holy martyrs Bonasus and Maximian. At Fundi in Campania, Saint Paternus, a martyr who came from Alexandria to Rome to visit the tomb of the apostles. Thence he retired to the neighborhood of Fundi, where, being seized by the tribune, whilst he was burying the bodies of the martyrs, he died in captivity. At Edessa in Syria, during the persecution of Maximian, the holy martyrs Bassa, her sons Deogonius, Agapius, and Fidelis, whom their pious mother exhorted to martyrdom, and sent before her bearing their crowns. And being herself beheaded, she joyfully followed them and shared their victory. At Verona, Saint Euprepius, bishop and confessor, also Saint Quadratus, bishop, and finally at Siena, in Tuscany, Blessed Bernard Ptolemy, abbot and founder of the Congregation of Olivetans. These are the men, women, children, families who offered themselves faithfully, joyfully, and many times tearfully to the Catholic Church. God bless each and every one of them, and as we go through our days, let us let them be an example of how we are to react when we are presented with a situation to defend the faith. Thank you all for being here. God bless each and every one of you. Take care.